Find the mean and standard deviation of a probability distribution using formulas. As a special case of the mean, be able to compute the expectation in a game given the profit associated with each possible outcome. Find the missing probability, and then find the mean and standard deviation for this probability distribution. Now, a couple things. First of all, this says to use formulas, and if you have the calculator available, there's no reason to use formulas, so you don't have to use formulas here. Also, the special case of the mean, the expectation, it's the exact same thing as a probability distribution, and when I go to get the mean of this probability distribution, it's the exact same thing you would do to get the expectation in a game. Expectation is just another term for the mean, really. So we have a missing probability here, but one thing that we do know is that all the probabilities need to add up to 1. So if I add up the probabilities that I have already, then I get 0.8. If I take 1 minus 0.8, then that's going to give me the remaining probability. So I'm going to put that remaining probability in here, 0.20. Okay, so that fills in the remaining probability. Now it wants me to find the mean and standard deviation. So I go into my list editor, and I start putting this data into L1 and L2. Alright, I want to put the values of my random variable in L1, so the -5, -1, 0, 2, and 4. And then I'm going to put the values of the probabilities in L2. Alright, once I have that set up, I'm using one-var stats, and I'm going to do L1, comma, L2. And that gives me both the mean and standard deviation. The mean here is 0.11, and the standard deviation, well, if I could spell, notice that the standard deviation, it wasn't specified to do a mean or, a population or a sample standard deviation, but we don't get a sample standard deviation in this case, so we use the population, and that's fine, 3.05. We round to 2 decimals.